Hello, I am Patrycja Czajkowska. In today's video, I will talk about collections in Java. I invite you to watch. What is a collection? A collection is a way of grouping objects. There are four basic types of collections in Java: list, queue, set, and map. The list, the set, and the queue extends the collection interface. The interface collection extends the iterable interface. Collections are generic types. I will discuss the list first. So, the list is automatically increased when adding elements. It's her advantage over the board. I will create a simple list. List with names. List is represented by the list generic interface list, which is implemented by, for example, linked list or ArrayList class. Here I have linked list. With Ctrl and H keyboard shortcut, I open the inheritance hierarchy. Here, this is my hierarchy. We see here various implementations of the interface. Linked list is here. Is used when we often remove items from the list. And array list is here. Is used when we want to have access to random elements in the list. In the list, the order of the elements is important. The list can store the same object several times. By the add method, I add items to the list, like that. In the list, we can only include elements of objects types. For example, you cannot create a list of integers. We can use packing classes for simple types. Example, string, double, character, boolean. Here I have string. Now I will create another list, second list. And I will add elements. Add all method takes a different collection as a parameter and adds all elements from the collection to the list. I will use this method, add all. And I will show these elements in the output. Run. Okay, now I see everything, every elements from first list and from the second list. The contains method takes a list element as a parameter and returns the flag indicating whether the element already exists. I will take contains method. We have true because Dominic exists. The argument less is empty method returns a flag indicating whether the list is empty. False, because list with names too is not empty. The argumentless size method returns the number of items in the list. I will use it. I have two elements in my list with names too. Index of method takes a list element as a parameter and returns the index of the first occurrence. Oh, something is wrong. Okay. Now should be correct. Okay, 2. Because this is Celina is 0, 1, 2. Last index of method takes a list element as a parameter and returns the index of the last occurrence. 3. Correct. My Selina is here. Equals method compares two objects. False, because list with names is not the same as list with names too, so we have false in the output. Get method returns a list item. Index 1. Okay, I have Bartosz because this is my index 1. Remove method remove from the list. I removed Eric, so here I have no Eric. Remove all method removes all items from the list. Now my list is empty. The set method sets a list item. Okay, and so now here on the 3 index, here Selina, I have Czesia in the output. I set Czesia. We can iterate through the list using the for each loop or for loop. According to the list definition, items will be returned in the order they were added to the list. I will show it. For example, for another loop. For each, this is for each, and another Index will be 0. Okay, maybe I will delete this, would be better. Okay, now we see. Another collection that I will present is the queue. It allows you to arrange items, like lists, in the order in which they were added. A queue for implementing first in, first out, and first in, last out, sometimes called a stack. Queues work in the same way as in the store. Added items go to the end of the queue. We can first handle the person from the beginning of the queue or from the end. The two basic implementations of the queue interface are array the queue or priority queue. Array the queue and array-based queue allows access from both the head, get first, and tail, get last. The items are stored in the order they were added. Priority queue allows you to store and access items according to a specific criterion, comparator, sorting items according to it when added to the queue. I will create a simple queue. First element, and I will add another element, second. I will now present several methods for array the queue. The poll method returns and deletes the item at the top of the queue. I click Run. Okay, so here I have only second. Pick method does the same as pull, but doesn't remove anything from the collection. It will be like that. Have first and second. The remove method does the same as pull, but raises an exception if the queue is empty. I will use it once again. And once again. Here there is my exception because my queue is now empty. The offer method attempts to add an item in the end of the queue, returns the true if the operation was successful, false if the load exceeds the queue. True. Okay. Another type of collection is the set, which stores unique elements. Only one instance of the object can be stored in it. The generic set interface is implemented by the HashSet or SortedSet class. I will create a simple set. And I will import necessary libraries. The order of the added elements is not important in the set because the elements cannot be repeated. Add method adds an element to a set. I will use it. Okay, here I have mistake. Now I see only 3 elements in my set. AddAll method takes a different collection as a parameter and adds all elements from the collection to the set, excluding duplicates. I will create another set, second set, and I will use add method. Kasia, Asia, Ola. And Ania. AddAll method and set with names too. Okay, now I see elements from the set with names and set with names too. The method contains is a parameter. It takes a set element and returns a flag indicating whether the given element already exists. True, Anya exists. IsEmpty method is a no-argument method that returns a flag that indicates whether the file is empty. The set is empty. Okay, I have false because my set with names is not empty. Size method returns the number of elements in the set. Seven. I have 7 elements in my set. The equals method compares two objects. I will use it. False. Because set with names is not the same as set with names too. We can iterate through the set using a for each loop. According to the file definition, to the set definition, this is no guarantee that items will be returned in the order they were added to the list. I will present this loop for string item faster. Okay, now I have my elements from the set with names set. The last collection I will discuss is a map. The map is sometimes called an associative array. That stores the mapping of the key set to the list of values. For example, the key corresponds to the value. Keys must be unique and values may repeat. Keys should be objects that cannot be modified. They are immutable. For example, instances of the string or integer class can be the key. They are objects that cannot be modified after initialization. The standard Java map implementation is the HashMap class. I will create a simple map. Here is my key, integer, and string will be my value. Name of the map is map with names. New hash map. Put method adds a key and value pair to the map. I will use it. Another element, two, Lolek, three, Tolek. Put all method takes a different map as a parameter and adds all elements to the map. I will create second map. Another name. Map with animals. I will use put method. And I will use put all method now. Map with names, method put all. Map with animals. System out print line. My map with names. Run. Great. I have here everything. Contains key method takes a key as a parameter and returns a flag indicating whether the given key already exists. I will use it. Contains method. Contains key first and 6. True. I have here 6 key with 6 number. The contains value method takes a value as a parameter and returns a flag indicating whether the value already exists. Contains value, for example, donkey. True, because this element exists. Is empty method. This is a no argument method that returns a flag indicating whether the map is empty. I will try do it. Okay. It's empty. False, because map with names is no empty. Another method, size matter, is a no argument method that returns the number of elements in the map. Size. What we have? 6. We have 6 elements in my map. Remove method takes the key as a parameter and removes the key and value from the map. Okay, I will remove. For example, this element, pick, and another element also 6. Donkey. And I will show it in my output. Okay, now in my map there is no pig and donkey. Get method as a parameter takes the key and returns the corresponding value. Like that. Get method, for example, 3. Maybe without this. Black. In the map, we can iterate by key only value or pair key and value by using for each loop, iterating by values. I will use this loop. Correct. We can iterate over the keys and retrieve values like that. Yeah, correct. And we can iterate over the keys and values. We use a special type of entry, which is an internal interface in the map interface. It represents a key value pair. I will present another way. Map entry. Integer string entry. Map with names. Method entry. Entry set. And now key from integer. Should be something different. Integer string entry. Map with names. Entry. Get key. Here I have error. My program should see that, but it doesn't. Here I have mistake. Now it's correct. And the same result. Entry set method returns a set of entry elements. This method. To sum up, what are the differences between the different types of collections? The list maintains the order of items and allows you to store the same items. Items can also be repeated in the queue. We cannot store the same items in the set and cannot store the same keys in the map. Each generic interface is implemented in different classes, depending on the type of collection. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention and I invite you to subscribe my channel. Take care. Bye.